Hi everyone, this is Bobby Warren with PlayingWithPizza.com, and today we're going to try to make some New Haven style dough in my attempt to replicate something similar to Frank Pepe Pizzeria Napoletana pizza. I'm kind of modifying Vito Iacopelli's recipe. I'm using a little bit less yeast, and instead of mixing it by hand in a wooden dough box, I'm using my old reliable KitchenAid stand mixer that we've probably had for more than 25 years. But it starts with 700 milliliters of water. I think this is like 24.7 ounces. And Vito calls for like 7 grams of dry yeast, and I'm going to use 7 grams of dry yeast is like 1 packet, 2 1/4 teaspoons. I'm using 2 teaspoons. So he used fresh yeast, and I don't normally do this, but he says even do this with dry yeast. So just kind of mix the yeast in with your water. So I'm going to do that, or try to do that. The yeast is clumping, and he doesn't say if he uses cold, ice cold, warm, lukewarm water. So this is just kind of lukewarm tap water. And I already have measured out 1,000 grams or 1 kilogram or 2.2 pounds of flour. Put on my dough hook. And Vito mixes in about half the water and mixes it till he gets a shaggy dough. Then I'll add a little more water, still keeping some back. And once this gets incorporated, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of kosher salt. Normally I would use sea salt, but I'm running low. Still a little dry on the little bit dry bits of flour on the bottom. So I'll go ahead and add in the salt. A lot of the salt is settling on the bottom. We'll see if it picks some of it up. Yeah, it's picking up all the salt now. Let that work in a little bit, then we'll add the remaining water. And Vito lets that work for like 15-20 minutes. Ooh, slushing up a little bit. So we'll see in about 15-20 minutes. Alright, our dough has been mixing for about 15 minutes. This is high hydration dough. It's 70% hydration. So that means we use 1,000 grams of flour. So we used 700 grams, 700 milliliters of water. This dough scraper was a gift to my wife by her Aunt Kim and Uncle Jay, and I like it. First time we get to use it. Just got it about a week ago. I say we. Wendy got it about a week ago, and I'm using it. So as you can see, this dough is sticky, and we're just going to do some slap and folds. With a slap and fold, you bring it up, bring your dough out, and slap it down. Get it wide, slap it down. And as we do this, you're going to see the skin of the dough get stronger. See there? Look at that already. Another way, you can use like a bowl scraper or bench scraper and just kind of get it underneath, twist and turn. Like I said, this is high hydration, so that is looking. You can get 2 fingers underneath, pull it back. Just all different ways to get a nice tight dough ball. That's looking really good. So when I was making this dough, it was really wet, and a few minutes into the mixing process, it looked like there was a bunch of spider webs in there. It was just so so wet, and I thought this dough was never going to come together. I let it go probably about 5 minutes on, I think, a low speed, and I hit it up to 4, and after a few minutes it just came together, brought it back down. But we're going to let this do what we call a bulk fermentation. So this thing right here, is going to rise in bulk. I'm going to get my hands a little bit wet so I can work with this dough. It's going in here. I'm going to just get the top of the dough wet. And then I'm going to cover that with a plastic wrap here in a second. We're going to let that rise for an hour, 2, 3 hours. And then we're going to make some dough balls. Alright, it's been about 2 hours. Looks like we had a good rise on the dough. It's very sticky, as you can see. Ooh, this is going to be fun. Look at this. Look at this. So John Kirkwood, he would save all this. If you're not following his channel, check him out. John Kirkwood is awesome. From the UK, the north side of England. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flour this. I'm going to flour the top. I'm going to flour the board. Ooh. And the dough feels good. Get a little more flour, a little bit wet, All right, so I think I can get 2 15-ounce dough balls and 3 10-ounce. see how many we got right here. Ooh, 16. Not bad. 14/8. I'll take it. Just form it into a dough ball. You want to make sure that you get a nice seal on the bottom. Set that off to the side for now. $15.2. I'll take that. This dough feels really good. Really good. $9.4. $9.6. That's 10. $10.3. Huh, alright, I'm doing good. 9.8. $9.2, 9.7. Alright, here we go. So we got like two 15-ounce, and I don't know what that is in grams right now, but here in the States, the rule of thumb is for every ounce, it's at about an inch of pizza. So we get two 15 inches, and these will be 3 9 to 10 inch pizzas. And I wanted to make some smaller ones because I'm going to do a pastrami pizza. Yep, that's right, pastrami. I don't know how I'm going to do it other than I'm going to use provolone cheese. I know that. I'm going to use provolone cheese and maybe a garlic butter sauce. Hit it with mustard when it gets done, mustard and pickles when it gets done. We'll see. So here we are. Alright, so here's my first attempt at a New Haven dough. We'll see how it comes out. I've got two that are going to be larger, so these are the 15 ounces that would make about 15, 16 inch pizzas. These are three 9.5, 10 ounce dough balls, so I'll get 9 to 10 inch pizzas here. And I want a smaller one because I'm going to make a pepperoni, a pastrami pizza. I come back from Boston with some red pastrami and black pastrami, but I got the red pastrami out. Another few hours where these are going to rest, then they're going into the fridge overnight, and we'll see what happens tomorrow.